Alrighty then, part 2. Eternity's End. A spiritual leader meets an unexpected fate. So what's going on out here? Washed, poured. Antiemetics. Avoid alcohol during usage period. Dr. Jolene Prenzy. Antiemetics. Homeopathic solution 104, Moon Drift, prescribed by Rallo Krish. So this is just water, basically. Calm and restore moisturizer ingredients, clear jojoba oil, jasmine petal paste. Mouthwash, toothpaste, straight razor. So they're they're kind of immediately priming me for the idea that there might have been like a chemical mix. Mixed prescriptions or something. Waterfall proclamations. December 4th, 1912. First Sentinels may not accept donations. They must do away with material goods and wealth. February 13th, 1915. When a First Sentinel dies, his eldest son succeeds him. If the First Sentinel has no sons, there can be no new First Sentinel until another is chosen by the universe to fulfill the ancient prophecy. Damn. However the hell you qualify that? November 13th, 1915. In the case of twins, there can be 2 First Sentinels. Oh, that's helpful. How many First Sentinels do they get, though? June 3rd, 1939. Sin is no longer to be met with punishment, but compassion. Aww. November 24th, 1940. The first true First Sentinel Nagasai, will live forever. Interesting claim. So all the other First Sentinels weren't really true. They're also all called First Sentinels, but none of them are first. Oh. Something was trapped here and got away. Newcomer's Handbook. Gardening duties continued. Evening. During evening, you may rest. Cooking duties. Morning. Serve everyone their own leftovers from the previous evening's meal. Huh. Afternoon. During the afternoon fast, you might take time off to meditate or study. Evening. Cook, bless, and serve a hearty yet simple meal of spiced rice. Is this like a schedule with different days on it, or do you just serve them spiced rice every day, and every morning you serve them their leftover spiced rice, and that's it? When setting the table, remember, the longer a Dedicant has been there, the closer to the First Sentinel's end of the table they have the honor of sitting. So it's First Sentinel, and then order of... not authority, seniority. Okay. We have a table with the seating. And I guess that's the spiced rice. A mint plant, a jasmine plant, a chili plant. There was an animal here. It's gone. Oh. Uh-huh. What did I click on to even get here? Belly. So the goat has a square shaved on his belly, and he seems to have died of something he ate. There's a buried suitcase here. Bottle is unopened, so that nobody has had any of the gin yet. Gin, a bunch of photos, journal, face cream, skincare. Method continued. 5. Start timer and observe effects. 6. After test, clean equipment in water. Results. Only took 7 minutes to reach stage 1 and another 15 for the full effect. Conclusion. The method works. Ready to proceed. Huh. Is this experiment specifically on this goat? Stage 1 and then the later thing. They were shaved, something was done to them. Those fish? So there's a bunch of fish that are also poisoned one by one. It seems like this person poisoned the fish and then poisoned the goat to experiment with a larger animal. They all have foam coming out of their mouths, and then they went on to poison the person that they killed. I'm guessing what might be the first sentinel, but once we go inside, we'll probably get more context for that. Day of rest. So day of rest on a Friday, which seems to imply that nobody even cooks on a Friday. Dedicants Nosy, Raffaelli, and Tranta. Excellent work lately. The universe will surely reward you. Boys, I expect the same output from you as any other Dedicant. Raise your standards. So Nosy, Raffaelli, and Tranta are women, and they're specifically saying that those ones did well and the boys are doing poorly, I guess. Whole lot of names here. Only initials, of course. Duties rota. Rotation, I take it. So cooking, cleaning, gardening, overnight watch, washing. And water collection. There's the table. And maybe different food orders or something. Ooh, a lot of these, okay. Chili powder, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, mustard seeds, mint, jasmine. Now we know what each order is. Wild mix, fresh mix, mild mix, and earth mix. Everything, single one of them has 3 ingredients. Make your rice twice as nice by adding your choice of spice. So we can say what the ingredients are of each meal, and maybe figure out if one of the ingredients was specifically poisoned and affected everyone who took it or something. That's where this is, way off by this oasis over here, basically. I felt sick after dinner last night, but it passed quickly. At first I assumed it must be food poisoning, then after I began vomiting foam. I thought maybe the virus had returned. Now, though, I fully understand. My body knew something was wrong with First Sentinel Nagasai. This person vomited foam, so they were poisoned. As First Sentinel Nagasai's scribe of 28 years, I feel it's my duty to document this morning's tragic events. By the time I awoke, Kwanzaa was already laying the table. When I came outside, I saw her knock for First Sentinel Nagasai, but no one answered, so she let herself into his quarters. A few moments later, she emerged and told us all the terrible news. He too had fallen ill, but had died in his sleep. Awry and Koi have now been allowed to see their father, while the rest of us wait outside. Gresto. A lot of names, okay. So this is the scribe, Gresto, I take it. Kwanzaa is laying the table. So it's Kwanzaa. It's Monday. Kwanzaa is on cooking duties. So they were laying the table, right? That's how I take that. That might imply that GN is the one who poisoned them. GN. The only G is GN. There's no last name G. So Gresto's your first name, which means you might be the murderer. If I'm reading this right. He may have intentionally poisoned himself with a less effective thing to redirect suspicion. The same thing happened to me. I threw up all foamy after dinner, but soon I was fine again. I wonder why only us two seem to have been affected. Perhaps we have unknowingly reached a high level of empathy than the others, which allowed us to feel the first Sentinel's energy moving through us in his final moments. No, you both just ate the same thing as the Sentinel, but less like the Sentinel? Where was the seating arrangement thing? For Sentinel. Okay. How do I know which one is the first Sentinel? They're clustered strangely. The closer to the first Sentinel's end of the table. Does that include both sides of the table? What I'm thrown by is, how do you know which side is the first Sentinel to begin counting from? Is it the far left, the far right side? And are these two people the same age or something? Or, you know, within the community? And so they should sit the same distance? Or does it go around the table? Is one side of the table considered closer to the table to the Sentinel than the other side? I wonder how the logic applies there, because it's a different type of... It's different from the diagram. It could be that's just left to right, or right to left. And these two might be the same level of seniority. This guy being around for 20 years makes me think it might be like, maybe this is the Sentinel and that's him or something. You shouldn't feel sick, or sad for that matter. You should feel nothing in particular, for he is not gone. His consciousness has simply been redistributed. Now, come on. I've already laid the table. Let's eat breakfast. We don't want to last night's leftovers going to waste. Okay, so that's her. Q. Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa R. The women are Nosy, Rafala, and Tranta. I guess that's a dude. Kwanzaa was already laying the table. I saw her knock the first Sentinel. Okay. QR. Kwanzaa Rafeli. Okay. I was right the first time. It's just the classic name switcherooing of everyone only referring to one at a time and that being a mess. I feel like the creator of this game just has like a bone to pick with first and last names and us selectively using one or the other and that causing confusion at some point in their life, and now they're like, I'm gonna make a whole game about that. Okay. Guy in box burning next to river. River come over, put out fire? Or something? He's drawn like that, which implies that the markings on his face are not like, it's not from throwing up or something. That it's like the birthmark he probably had, or a scar. Could have been a burned scar from up here, or could have been a birthmark. From what everyone here has told me, it sounds like the virus you all had a couple weeks ago is going around again. Surprising, though I've had expected you all to be immune from getting it a second time. It's also strange that Mr. Nagasai succumbed to the virus while the two others who caught it again seem to have shaken it off. We'll need a full autopsy to get to the bottom of this. Patient history, Pravi Nagasai. Let's see. It's not on here yet. Known conditions, severe burns as a young man. Okay, so that is the burn. Otherwise remarkably fit and healthy for his age. Ongoing recommendations, cover burn areas from direct sunlight. Moisturize burn areas each night before bed. Okay, so he used the moisturizer, and the ingredients from the moisturizer combined with something else to be lethal. Intended or not. Copy of notes from previous appointment. November 10th, 1940. Symptoms: foamy vomit. Diagnosis: Antipi virus. Prescription: antiemetics, fluids, and rest. Notes: all followers are infected. Some insist on taking Quack's medicine. So that's the homeopathy. A bucket full of vomit. Yay. The man is not breathing. No, yeah, I got that. So you helpfully gave me his whole name. Pravi Nagasai. Your own notes don't have your name on them. Equipment must be washed in pure alcohol between tests to remove all contaminants. I can't look at anything else here. Absolutely not. No man of his position should ever be made to suffer such an indignity, in life or in death. Is he protesting autopsy? Patient history, Pravi Nagasai, known conditions, blessed with mark of universe, age 25, destined to live forever. Whoops. Ongoing recommendations, get plenty of sun on face, as sign of respect for the fire that marked you. No. Your defenses are gone, you're gonna get cancer, and a lot of burns and stuff. Embrace rather than treat the marks with which you've been blessed. There's something like empowering about that way of looking at it, but it's unhelpful. Copy notes from previous appointment, November 10th, 1940, foamy vomit. Diagnosis, solar plexus chakra blockages. Prescription, homeopathic solution 104. Notes, all followers also affected. Some are so arrogant as to favor Western medicine. Okay, so you two get to compete, great. Lemurian homeopathy. Illness, symptom. So these are the illnesses. Alternate cause of symptom, homeopathic cure for illness. So hay fever makes you teary, might be caused by an onion, also cured by onion. What? Illness, insomnia, drawing of insomnia, cause of symptom, coffee. Cure for illness, coffee. So it's diluted. You give people homeopathic onion to cure hay fever because it looks similar to what happens when you have full onion. And like coffee can keep you up, so you do diluted coffee to cure insomnia. This is stupid. If a certain substance normally causes a particular symptom, a homeopathic remedy made from that substance will cure the illness that produces the same symptom. They're treating it like it's inoculation, like it's a vaccine for coffee. If that was the case, you'd think that all the coffee would be really good at curing coffee. Homeopathic remedies are made by repeatedly diluting the active ingredient until not a single speck remains, just water. Yeah, that's stupid. That's really stupid. Alright. How is it even possible after the Waterfall's proclamation just the other day? Oh, how will we go on without him? So the claim to live forever just happened. It's very frustrating that you can be in like Rayleigh's or something, and like, or like you'll be at a store and you can be in the medical aisle and you're trying to pick up something. I've made this mistake before. I've bought something for a purpose, driven home, then when I'm looking at the bottle, realize it says homeopathic on it. I'm like, oh, so this just isn't the thing that I bought. I came here for a specific product to solve a problem, and I bought homeopathic bullshit. It's just a fake product amongst the real products in the same aisle. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? What the fuck? It's just a lie. Don't you see? It's all I've been telling everyone for over a year now. Our father never truly understood the Waterfall's proclamations. Clearly it is his spirit that will survive eternally. Now take this and pass it around once you're done. Vote. Should there be an autopsy? So they're all gonna vote. Anya, Gresto, Koi, Awry, Kwanzaa. Why those 5 people? How many people were there total? Is that all? Is it everybody? Friday. Today is my son's 25th birthday, making them the same age I was when I fulfilled the ancient prophecy and took on this mantle. Kwanzaa is concerned that our boys are not worthy of their destinies. I must admit, I am too. Her intuition has developed impressively since she first arrived here, days before the second proclamation. She's become a fine mother. Saturday. Everything is clear now. The waterfall agrees, and the universe has provided a solution that does not contradict my past proclamations. I will reveal the message this evening. Sunday. First thing this morning, before anyone else was awake, I found that our stupid goat escaped again. Must have chewed through all his rope last night while we were all asleep. He was definitely there when everyone went to bed yesterday. So the goat escaped on Saturday evening, Sunday morning. And it's currently Monday. So the day he wrote that the goat escaped is also the day that he died. Or his last day alive, I mean. When he ate what probably killed him. So Kwanzaa has been here since 2015. Gresto's been here for 28 years. And this one just happened. So Kwanzaa's been here for 25 years. Gresto's been here for 28 years. That's Kwanzaa. I'm just gonna assume that this is him, but I could be wrong and have to reverse it later. Like, so he's been here the most for 28, and she's been here for 25. We gotta figure out who's who. But yes, it seems like there is in fact a mixed thing. So we're not supposed to have alcohol. Is alcohol an ingredient in any of these? Didn't think so. Mint, mint, jasmine, jasmine, chili, chili, cumin, cumin, coriander, coriander, mustard, mustard. So we have a real big mix of things as far as which ones go where. And you two fell sick? You're the gardener. I assume your job is to garden today, not yesterday. So it could be AT. Ania. Ania Tranta, right? There's no other T on here, and I have every name. So Nia Tranta. GN. Oh, there's a PN, so we don't know what the N stands for necessarily. For Gresto. Homeopathic Solution 104. Moondrift. It features a blue flower, which might indicate what's in it. Except it's homeopathic, so it's not... It doesn't have ingredients, basically. So this probably is not what killed him. But the fact that he's on everything at once is not helpful. Common Restore Moisturizer. Jojoba Oil. Jasmine Petal Paste. So it's a specific oil and jasmine. Can jasmine poison you, I wonder? Not normally, I don't think, but I mean, like, can it mix with one of these things to create a problem for somebody? Mint, jasmine, chili. So none of these look like the weird blue flowering thing. Serve everyone their own leftovers from the previous evening's meal. He died already. So conveniently, it's the morning, but the table is set with yesterday's food. So this is the accurate food. It's that entire bit of lore is just set up to explain the silly detail that we can see their current food, which is funny. I'm somewhat tempted to think that he might be over here. Just because here, he and her both ate the same thing, but if he's on this side, then he ate something nobody else ate. Jasmine, coriander, and cumin. Ground versus whole seeds. Nope, my food's here. Alrighty, I've got a calzone, so let's get this fucking mystery solved so I can eat. And hopefully my food's not poisoned. Okay, so we got more context for this at this point. First Sentinels may not accept donations. They must do away with material goods and wealth. God damn it. Sometimes I just, like, the moment I start talking, I sneeze. In the case of twins, there are going to be 2 First Sentinels. Okay. So it's First Sentinel Nagasai is the first Sentinel, and he took a wife, or at least somebody's been birthing people. And they clearly wrote this rule about in the case of twins. Yeah, she arrived just after this, or around the time of the second proclamation, and then something like 9 months later-ish, suddenly they have this rule about twins. She's like, oh, yeah, I need to have a son, I need an heir, and then he did get an heir, but he got 2 heirs, 2 twin sons. Is that you two? They are very similar looking. 2 people with blonde hair. So you see, we've been telling everyone for over a year now, our father is literal in this sense, not like a religious thing. Never truly understood the Waterfall's proclamations. Clearly, it is his spirit that will survive eternally. Okay, so you... Let's see. That's why these 2 are like that. Okay. Then you must be the youngest? Okay. So that's all of those done. That's helpful. So then names and words. You 2 must be Nagasai if we're going by the naming scheme that we use here. I don't know if... Yeah, it says Kwanzaa Rafeli, so I don't think that they're married. Or she didn't take the name or something like that. Cresto. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names. There's 8 people on here. The exceptions are Pravi, who is dead. And she's an outside nurse. That's 6 people here. Anya, Gresto, Koi, Awry, Kwanzaa. So you're Awry, right? Because you already signed it. So your brother might be named Koi? Because I think Anya, Gresto, and Kwanzaa are all outside talking right now. So the 3 people not on the list are the cult leader that's dead, the outside nurse, and I guess the outside shaman? Like, I take it that this guy's not part of this particular group. It is noteworthy that she is also wrong. She's on the right track, presumably with medicine, but specifically, it is 1940, so medicine's not amazing right now, but also she doesn't have a lot of information to go off of yet, so she's just trying to figure out anything. Let's click on kitchen so it stops glowing at me. Which recipes caused sickness and which didn't? Wild mix... The wild mix and mild mix is so funny. Okay, so... The wild mix caused sickness, right? Because he's dead. Although she mentions nothing. So half of their family, the mom and one of the twins, is not broken up over this and is just accepting of the idea that this was always going to happen or something. But yeah, there's no mention of her being sick, so I wonder about that. Something seems like something was contaminated. I mean, it's just, it just tells me right here that it was. And this guy got sick. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense, does it? Unless one of them lied? Because these two got sick and they didn't eat the same thing as him. But the earth mix was fine. So the jasmine leaves, chili powder, and cumin seeds are fine. Mustard, mustard, coriander, coriander. I was looking at the fact that some of them are listed as being like the ground, like, but these are whole. Otherwise, I was like, maybe the mortar and pestle or something, like for grinding things, was contaminated. You can pick any tile for contamination, including the recipe book, which would be wild. The knife. Chopping block is not an option. The napkin, the pan, the ladle. Oh, the mortar and pestle is on here. I'm wondering if it wasn't a poisoning. What if he really did get murdered via something else? Because there's like something going on with the distant poisoning. I think that the wild mix might be fine, because she doesn't mention anything being wrong with her. And I think that the mortar and pestle was contaminated. I nailed it. Okay. Yeah, it comes down to the goat thing. Somebody intentionally poisoned him in some other way. The food is fine. The mortar and pestle make it so that the ground ingredients were unsafe, but not in a devastating way. Interesting that I was even able to call that, really, but okay. It just seems suspicious that there's like something up here, because I'm like, she's asymptomatic and she ate the same thing as him, because they told me this is correct, and it wasn't the other way around. Which I did based on the twins, because the twins couldn't have been the most recent people, because there had to be a mother first. Yeah, it all comes together. Okay. So something's up with this goat. The goat died because somebody blah into a blah using blah. Okay, blah into a blah using blah and then put it on blah's blah. Face cream, skincare. It's got to be skin cream, right? On the goat's belly. Someone oh, they did the mortar, they ground something at the mortar and pestle, and that's why it was contaminated and why they threw up. But they didn't actually have the much of the real ingredient that poisoned people, but they contaminated the mortar and pestle when they created the poison. The goat died because somebody ground blah into a blah using the mortar and pestle. A paste. But what did they grind? And what's up with all these fish? Clean equipment with water is just not enough, dude. Berries? There's berries on the ground here. Was there a berries option? Belly. Chili, coriander, cumin, food, forever, goat, homeopathic, jasmine, knife, ladle, medicine, mint, moisturizer, moondrift, mustard, pan paste, poisoning, pond, seeds, sinner, test, so poisoning, not poison. Doesn't really fit. Pravi Nagasai. Died of something poisoning. Because someone put blah blah in the what they put it in. Did they put it in the homeopathic medicine? They put it in the moisturizer. Something poisonous is in the moisturizer because they're putting it on the skin. So it's supposed to have jasmine in it, so it's not jasmine. Does he drink alcohol? It says avoid using alcohol during usage period. Did they crush up the antiemetics? Was alcohol ever consumed? See, even they said it makes no sense. They're supposed to take the antiemetics and not drink alcohol. This part of the family is suspiciously anti-autopsy and not bothered by his death. He revealed Saturday evening the Waterfall's message. Is there mention of alcohol anywhere? There's gin, but it's unopened. And it's like, did they feed this guy alcohol? I don't... Just seems silly. Oh, I think we can ignore the food. Because it was the mortar and pestle that was contaminated. I mean, I might just assume that they crushed up the leftover pills. I don't think they like ground the virus into a paste. That doesn't make any sense. Medicine into a paste? No. The goat died because someone ground medicine into a paste. So it's not medicine. We should be able to disregard everything going on with that. I just need to figure out who everyone is. Okay. What levels are what names are left? I think her name is Jolene. So that's just not even on here. Where'd I get the name Jolene from? Like, where did I even get the name Jolene from? I wish I could click on names sometimes to just have the game source it for me. Is it listed on one of the ingredients? Jolene Prenzy. Ah, Dr. Jolene Prenzy. Whoops. I wasn't thinking about that when I looked at that. What was I? Jolene Prenzy. In Grestolnozi? Because that's the only other... is GN, and I don't think it's Nagasai, because they're not family. The witch doctor guy kind of have a name? Somebody mention him somewhere? It's probably just on here, huh? Rallo Krish. Yep. Should have definitely had those sooner. Whoops. Okay, so all the names are locked in. Oh. Oh, okay. It's homeopathy. They died of homeopathy, but well, they died of unhomeopathy, right? This is supposed to be the bad thing, and that's supposed to be the cure, which is the dilute version of the thing. So this moondrift, this is just water. Oh, that is what the flower looks like. Yeah, when it's in low detail. So this is moondrift. There's berries here. They crushed up moondrift into a paste. Put it in more. Yep, put on the goat's belly. So they died of moondrift poisoning because somebody put moondrift paste in the moisturizer. There we go. The events on Saturday. Names are hard. Pravi Nagasi. But I can just drag it directly from here on this once it's locked in. Pravi Nagasai declared that he would live forever. Later, while on something duty, someone took a blah to the blah for a blah. Great. Love these sentences and how I can't tell what the fuck they're saying. After it was done, blah blah blah, the blah and the blah, but not with blah. God damn it. Washed the mortar and pestle in the blah, but not with blah, like not with soap. Is soap not a word? Therefore, when the blah was used to prepare Sunday's, yeah, okay, that's definitely mortar and pestle. Made people sick that night. Pravi Nagasai used the moisturizer, leading to his death. Took the goat to the pond for experiment, test. Ooh, water collection duty. Who was on water collection duty yesterday? QR Kwanzaa Raffelli. Which makes sense because she's suspicious about all of this. She doesn't seem to care all that much. but not with alcohol. Is it Kwanzaa Rafeli, or was it the person who was on cooking duty that day? I don't know if we should say that Kwanzaa did it, or if Gresto was the one that was supposed to be cooking it. Cleaning duty? Does cleaning duty involve cooking supplies, or is it clean cooking supplies? I'm assuming that it's Kwanzaa because they're the one that was dealing with it. They didn't necessarily want to poison people with that part. That was just a mistake. In the... yeah, washed it in the pond? Nope, I'm wrong. I thought maybe washed it in the pond because there's dead fish? Is that the pond? Is that dark part there supposed to be the pond? That's where the fish are dead? Okay, so more of it is wrong than I was anticipating. Womp womp. On Saturday, Pravi Nagasai announced he would live forever. Later, while on water collection duty, Kwanzaa Rafeli took a goat to the pond for a test. Washed, but not with alcohol. It's definitely more than the pestle. It's frustrating because I feel like I have the gist of it, basically. In that I don't think the true answer is going to, like, recontextualize it all. I think it's just gonna be like, ah, damn it. I have to be missing something. So it comes down to when the goat went missing, which he said it was after everyone was asleep. And the jobs are overnight watch. On Saturday, later, so it's on Saturday, overnight watch, KN, Koi Nagasai. It's you. Oops. It's Koi Nagasai, okay. It's the other suspicious party. Overnight watch. There we go. Everything is correct, you're right. He had the gloves on. 2 weeks before the first Sentinel's death, Ralo Krish had prescribed a homeopathic moondrift solution to treat the Andipi virus and its main symptom, foamy vomit. Koi theorized that according to the key principles of homeopathy, the moondrift flower should therefore cause foamy vomit. He wondered if he could be using a topical poison to kill his father without any rousing suspicion, and set about his test. And he accidentally poisoned the people around him too. Whoops. You're listening to MU Today with me, Chirali Poma. Our top story this morning. The king has announced plans to step down from royal duties following mounting pressure from the clergy and public. In a statement, Tikor Palace and King Orant would relinquish power to his son, Prince Lutri, at an official ceremony on Wednesday. The announcement follows days of unrest in which crowds have taken to the streets to protest the king's recent solstice speech, which centered around plans to westernize Lemuria. Whoops. Well, at that point you're protesting a dead guy, though, so... Bit of a misapplication, I guess. Just a bit late. I don't think he's gonna change his mind.